Teachers Podcast.
Unless it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to, going back to the point, the most important thing is like knowing how to practice. Is that what you were pretty much summarizing?
Basically, that's what it comes down to.
Okay.
But for me personally, it was air support.
Because you're right, it is different for everybody. Yeah.
But being able to have that that metacognitive little thing where, like, you know what you have to do, you figure it out, and you know what you're doing wrong, and you fix it. Like, you think about your learning, and that's what practice is. It's just like thinking about your learning.
So, kind of a deep question: what is lacking, in your opinion, in public education today as a future teacher?
In music or teaching in general?
In music.
Okay. So, like...
Screw the rest.
Yeah. My God.
Because there's a lot we could delve into just in the education system alone.
Band directors are some of the higher paid teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's cool. I appreciate that. It's still not a lot, but...
It's not a lot.
No.
But because you do that little extra, they're like, okay, I guess we have to pay you more.
Trying to think. I know, like, some people don't... we talked about this before. Some people don't like to admit maybe they've pushed someone along. But really what it comes down to is, like, making sure that, like, every teacher has all the time and all the resources for every student. I think that's what's lacking for music education is just the funding. Yeah. And I know some high schools can do, like, boosters and stuff, but Buffalo Gap, they're in the middle of nowhere. They can't fundraise. Yeah. It's the hardest
And even if they do, no one shows up for it.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm with Riverheads right down the road.
Yes.
And every time that Riverheads does some sort of, like, fundraising or anything, no one's there. The football players do it, and the whole freaking city's there.
Yep.
It's crazy. But it's just, like, that's the hardest part, I think, about being a music teacher in a place like Augusta County or, like, anywhere in country bumpkin buttfuck nowhere, anywhere, is you almost always have to compete with things like football or whatever the sport may be that's, like, your school sport. And the funny thing is, too, is that, like, you go for pep band and you're there for the team, but you can't get anything from the crowd at all.
Yeah,
like,
I will say, Bridgewater, maybe it's all collegiate level, like, pep bands or whatever, but, like, we get a lot of love from Coach Clark.
Oh, yeah.
The basketball coaches.
I was shocked. I still have my helmet star.
That was now crazy. Have, like, 3 of them. They gave us,
awesome.
Like, I don't know if it was 2 of them last semester.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just have 2. I don't know. But that's, like, a really big deal with the football team.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. Really nice of him.
Yeah.
I know last semester he said he's taking the team out for ice cream at Smiley's. Like, they close at 9. He said everyone shows up at 9 and we're having ice cream. Yeah. It's free. Come out. And he said, I'm letting the football team know their other teammates are coming. And that was like, that was it. We were all like, awesome. That's so sweet of him. And then, like, I went home. I was already planning on working. Like, I felt really bad for not going.
Yeah.
But, like, I know a couple of people went. Not too many, though.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
It does kind of suck, but, you know, it's more about the intent behind the offer than anything else. And I think, you hit it on the nail. Not every college is like that.
Yeah.
Most colleges are not like that. But BC is something special with the football to the band relationship, because I've never had it where the football coach comes up after the game and says, you guys were awesome. We needed you.
How about if he comes into your rehearsal,
right,
and has, like, a whole speech prepared to, like, say to you? You know,
he's a great guy. He's a great guy. He really is. Yeah.
I don't know any schools where the football or basketball team will pay for your shirts either.
No, that's true.
Aren't even, like, football shirts. They're just, like, your pep band shirts. So
yeah, they're awesome. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
But definitely not average for high school.
Definitely.
Okay, so
we're saying funding for that. And competition with other with other
facilities within the school.
Within the school. Definitely.
Okay, so sorry for the sporadic questions going like back and forth between subjects. I literally wrote them down like 5 minutes before you got here. So we sort of were talking about before we did this about how you were originally on track to go to JMU, and I was in the exact same boat. So I want to hear from you why, like, what changed that whole thing.
So I went to JMU in January and did an audition of January 2017, and it went really well.
Yeah.
Dr. Creo loved it, or Mr. Dr. Creo. I call him Dr. Creo, and they know the difference. Because
so the trumpet guy at JMU is Dr. Creo. The trumpet lady at Bridgewater College, where we went to school, or where Corey still goes, is his wife.
Yeah.
So if it's Dr. Creo and we're talking about JMU, it's the man, and if it's Dr.
Mr.
Creo,
Dr. Creo.
yeah, it's Mr. Dr. Creo.
I will specify here.
Pull a Jazz Thompson, Mr. Dr. Creo.
Yeah, I mean everyone does it now. Yeah, but I had a thing with Mr. Dr. Creo. I met with their graduate student who's working. I can't remember what he was working on. It might have been their graduate or their doctorate. I can't remember. But met with him. We had, it was like a little meeting. It's really formal because, I mean, they're like a conservatory. They're not really a conservatory, but like JMU's music department.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just like this high school kid that like took 2 lessons with a college professor so he could get music for free so he could go and have an audition. And then I didn't hear back from JMU before I went to my other audition. Got an email earlier in the year, like October-ish of 2016, from Bridgewater that said free application.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah.
And I mean, who can beat a free application?
Right.
And so then they're like, oh, music, there's scholarships. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And they're like, it's a really high chance that you would get one, even if you like, we'll tell you what you get before you even come to the school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. And so they put me in contact with Dr. Creo, scheduled a audition because
you had already missed the dates, right?
Well, I told her I was going to miss it because I had concert band assessment in Frederick County on the day of the auditions, and I wasn't going to make it. I was also playing a concert that day, so I wasn't going to have an audition right after that. And so I came like the next week or like the next day or something, whatever it was, like a Sunday. No, I don't know. You were there.
I was there.
You were there.
I was there. So it was a weekday, but maybe it wasn't a weekday.
I had a day off from school.
Okay.
Because it was like President's Day or something. It was February. It was February. It was like the end of February. I don't know what holidays are in February. Is President's Day in February?
Yes.
It was President's Day then. It was like a Monday or a Wednesday. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I get there, and there's just this big empty room, the band room, room 1. And I'm like, does anybody know where Dr. Creo's office is? Mm-hmm. And it was either you or Bethany that was like, oh, it's over here. And I was like,
I think I was there when you walked in for the first time. It might have been me.
I was so confused because this is like the basement, and I'm like, oh, there's all these lockers. And then I was like, oh, practice rooms. And then I'm like, where the fuck am I going? Yeah. Because she said she wasn't very good with her directions. She hadn't been there very long, had she? That was like her second year there?
That was her... it was like her third.
Yeah, so I was kind of, I don't know. And then I also didn't know how to say her name at that point until, I don't know why. Like, I knew that, like, her husband already.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to say his name. And then, like...
what did you pronounce it as?
I didn't.
Oh, you never
said it. Nice to meet you. That's it.
Hey, Tiger.
I'm real good. I say buddy a lot now. Yeah. Or, like, pal. Because,
I'm a man kind of guy.
I just don't fuck with names.
No.
I may know your name. I'm still not going to say it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to know that, like, I don't know someone else's name.
Yeah. No. Legit, I do the same thing. Even and I noticed you do the same thing with Buddy. But, like, even when I was texting you back and forth, did you notice how every single message started with "Hey, man"? Every single message, except for the last one, because I was like, I said it a lot of times. I'm gonna stop saying "Hey man." That's the dogs. Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
So I get there, I have my little lesson with her. Like, I do my audition. She gives me a little theory test. And, like, at this point, so I knew everything on that little test, and it was pretty good. And she gives, like, a little mini lesson for the, for what you auditioned on. I auditioned on 2 pieces. One of them, not that great. The other one was pretty all right.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't think I understood dotted quarter notes for some fucking reason in this one piece. Like, I could get in another piece. It was like Oliver's birthday. I don't remember the composer, but like, I had heard the guy I took lessons from to prep me for a college audition had played it at our school before he came in, did like a trumpet master class with us.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was like, I want to play that. And now it's like something that like I could care less about now.
Yeah.
It's like, it was so hard then, and
it's so easy now.
But now I'm like, oh, a freaking dotted quarter note. Why couldn't I hold that out for the full length?
Yeah.
And obviously she took that into consideration.
Yeah.
But like, to someone else, it might not have sounded bad. But yeah, I think, having mini lessons with both of them, when it came time to choose, I hadn't heard back from JMU at all.
Yeah.
And Bridgewater required you to choose them before JMU said whether or not you chose JMU or not. And so I said, all right, because I got an email from Dr. Carrillo about scholarships. Like, not even like a letter in the mail from like the finances or something. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're super close. And it was a significant amount because I owed so much still for the for the tuition.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this basically covers it. This is awesome. And that's not what happened when I got there.
Well,
because someone forgot about lessons. And, and that's expensive.
Listen, I did the same thing. I thought lessons were covered with tuition. Like, I thought that they just automatically added that to your tuition.
Yeah, they do that now, but they didn't.
They do it now?
I raised hell.
At least they're learning.
But the scholarships that the music department gives you is like supposed to cover that, but it didn't, because they were like, oh, this is going to cover your tuition, and then lessons come in later.
Well, I had the same thing happen, and I even, because like I went to the audition, and there were a bunch of other percussionists there, and by a bunch, I mean like three. But there was this one kid who was really good, and like specifically on mallets, which is generally what most of the professors are looking for anyway, because anybody can hit a drum, not anybody can play mallets. Oops.
We both know who we're talking about here.
Shade.
Damn.
But yeah, so he got the scholarship, and then like a fucking bitch went to George Mason. So they didn't use the scholarship. So I went and I talked with Dr. Carrillo and was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come because I can't afford the tuition, and I can't. And I already had most of it paid off, but I still couldn't afford it because it was paying out of the pocket.
Yeah.
And I just quit my job because college was going to be my job. And so she and Dr. Taylor talked about it, and they gave me funding for it.
Yeah.
They were awesome about that.
They really were.
Honestly.
I had a similar experience. So my lessons weren't covered because they hadn't factored that into my tuition, because apparently there was something with being a music major that like you didn't choose your major until after you like
it was something weird.
And so they didn't factor in lessons, and I told her like going into second semester, I was like, I need money, is there anything y'all can do? It might have been going into spring semester going into like my third semester there, so sophomore year, I don't know. Either way, Dr. Creel was like, oh, Dr. Taylor's already recommended you for another scholarship.
That's awesome.
And I was like, heck yeah. She's like, yeah, we're talking about it like next week. And I was like, sounds good.
They're good about that.
Yeah, they're awesome.
It was really important going in and just trying to be as good as you possibly can be, because it was the same deal. Like I told her about that, and she didn't say that she was going to cover it or anything. I was just like, I was literally airing a grievance. I wasn't even like filing a complaint or anything. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay for college, but I'll figure it out. And the next thing you know, I'm getting pulled into her office, and she's saying, "Oh yeah, all of us talked about it, and we're gonna give you funding for all that." I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I better keep up the good work.
Exactly. That's how I am too. And so I feel really bad if I ever have like a shitty lesson. Very far and few in between. Like I can have like a decent lesson, but like I just can't have a bad lesson ever.
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to like regret, that I went to Bridgewater. And of course she can't.
Yeah.
Because when I got there, I realized like Liz was the only other person there.
Yeah.
She was the senior when I was a freshman. She was a super senior when I was a freshman. And then I was it for a while until we got Ashton switched, and then we got a couple more this last year. Yeah.
All right, so staying on that subject, my last bullet point is Dr. Creo.
Okay.
So I don't have a question about it.
That's what I think of her.
But just like, what do you? Because like I could go on and on. I mean, I think she's awesome, and I know you think she's awesome. But like, you have a different relationship with her because you take lessons with her. So like, I'll put it in the form of a question. So Dr. Creo, how does she compare between, like, being in lessons with her or being in classes with her, and like, how do you feel your relationship together has progressed in the amount of years you've been there? I know that's a loaded question, and we could be here for a while, but it's only been like 40 minutes, so we've got time.
I'll start by saying you've been in a class with me. You know how I act.
Oh,
I'm not exactly. I'm not like a class. I'm the class asshole.
You are. I love it though.
To those that know, eat my ass. But then I'm very professional in my lesson.
Yeah.
Because I want her to know that I'm trying to succeed and everything else, and like money and scholarships and dumb shit that like, but we have fun. We do. Like, it's been a while since we played duets, but playing duets is fucking awesome.
I love listening to her play duet. I think it was my last semester, or maybe it was the one before.
Bethany was in there too with you, right?
Yeah, when you had your lesson when I was practicing or something like that, or when Bethany was practicing, whatever it was. And I remember you guys doing duets, and I was just like, God damn,
which one's which?
I could listen.
I remember
to that
coming out
forever.
Yes.
But seriously, like it sounded so good.
It's really because she knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
and like it's really easy to follow, but also she kind of pushes you.
She helps you
to
with
also
it.
Lead. And like she's like, all right, you got the first part, and it's like, okay, I have to lead, but also I'm trying to follow her, and she knows it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I know I came out one day, and Bethany was like, "Don't know which one was which."
Yeah,
and I was like,
"It's true though. Like seriously,
she's doing her job."
But and that's kind of the incredible thing about being in a room with her in any subject, whether it's lessons or whether it's theory or whatever. She has a way, and correct me if you think otherwise, she has a way of kind of directing you without telling you what's
she's
happening.
So much better than the Dr.
It's
Taylor.
like a sleight of hand kind of thing where she knows exactly what's going on. You have no fucking clue.
She's like, okay, you think Dr. Taylor's a genius?
Yeah.
She knows everything like 3 steps ahead.
Oh yeah.
Because she's been there. She's done that.
Yeah.
She was education. She was performance. She's done all of this.
Well, and she's such a fantastic trumpet player too, because like I was so happy I got to see her play.
Postcards.
Yeah, I was so happy I got to see her play, and it was amazing. I brought my mom and Kate with me, and because I was like, you guys are gonna love this shit, you really will. And I was surprised she was able to play the trumpet, and it sounded like
there was 2.
Well, not even that, but it didn't even sound like she was playing an instrument. It sounded like she was just vocalizing through the instrument. Like it just sounded like it was just coming out. Like you go to an opera and like they're vocalizing everything. It was just sort of, it was like that. It was like instruments are our way to speak without having to speak, right? Yeah. It was like it was coming straight from her mouth.
That's so cool.
It was amazing. It was amazing, the tone and all of it.
Yeah.
So it's just as amazing to be in the other room hitting on stuff really loud and having to stop because there's something going on with Corey and Dr. Creo, and it's like amazing.
That's pretty cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Also, she just like, I don't know if generous is the right word, but like, she's a very giving person of her time.
She is.
I mean, I have it here next to me, but like, the case I have, it's a double horn case for 2 trumpets. There's a C trumpet that the department has bought that is for me because I'm the only one that's going to use it for now. And then the case itself is her brother's case. Yeah. And she's just like, here, use it. Like,
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. And then like almost any time someone knocks in our office, just come in, you know? She helps a lot with, she's taken, I know last semester or the semester before, Dr. Cologne had taken freshmen on. Maybe it was last semester. But like, before she hadn't, and Dr. Creo had given her all the new freshmen. She wasn't going to have any, and they switched back. Yeah. And she just like, is like, fine. It's fine.
And
like,
she already does so much.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how she has enough time to breathe, honestly, with the 2 kids.
Fun fact, she will sit in her office with the door closed. She'll sit on that couch that's around the corner of the office where you can't see her with headphones in. And another secret, she got AirPods Pro, whatever the hell you fucking say. I don't know. But they have noise cancellation. She will put them in while she's sitting at her desk.
So you can be knocking on that door and she can't hear you.
Unless she sees you, she can't hear you.
Good for her. Seriously, though.
And also with percussionists, because Kalia's practicing there all the time. It sucks that her office is in there. But another thing, generous. She won't say, I'm working on something, can you practice later? She will, I got AirPods. I'll just...
Well, and you know, the incredible thing, like, whenever I practiced or had, like, a lesson and stuff, and we would, like, I shit you not, we would have lessons and, like, 4 people would come in looking for Dr. Creo. And I always had the biggest smile on my face whenever I would get to tell them, sorry, she's not in. Because I knew for once she had, like, a break. Because it's nonstop. I don't know how she does it and doesn't, like, want to blow her brains out at the end of the day, honestly, because... she has at least 14 visitors in there every single day.
Okay. I love the man, but Dr. Pearson is the worst.
He is the worst. We love you, Dr. Pearson, but
if you ever listen to
this, we're not saying anything bad about you as a person, but just like send her an email.
He started calling her now.
Oh, has he?
But like we'll either be in class
because he jumps in lessons all the time.
Yeah, and he can't see, and that it's happened to me. This is only the 3rd lesson we've had this semester. Yeah. I think he's interrupted every single time, and like she has a schedule outside her door. She has a window.
Oh, he's there like clockwork though. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I think it's funny. I don't mind if he
comes
in, but she does.
Yeah.
And she thinks that, like, I mean, it's a lesson. I'm paying for it, technically. Yeah. And so, like, she's like, there are no interruptions.
Yeah.
But it does happen.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Because some people will knock on her door, and she'll be like, I'm in a lesson. If she's had a day. Yeah. If she has had a day.
She'll let them know.
She'll let them know. And it's great. That's also, she's like that, got that maternal thing going on. Yeah. Where, like, you can't, I don't know.
It's like for an hour, you're her baby bear.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And then there's also like, you can't do anything wrong to like disappoint her.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for Josh Layton.
Oh, wow.
From his freshman year, when if I ever did something like this, I would freaking die. I would drop out. I wouldn't be able to see Dr. Creo. Go on stage late during a concert.
Oh yeah.
In the middle of playing.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Josh Layton is an awesome person. I want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But he fucks up shit a lot sometimes.
Oh man.
I still have Dr. Taylor, please don't crucify me. I still have that broken leg from the brand new. They got like a brand new stool or something. My last year there.
Oh, for the piano.
And I feel, you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't think Josh actually broke it. I think Josh took the fall.
Oh no, it was a chair.
Yeah, it was the chair, or it was like a brand new piano bench or something like that.
It was
or was it a chair?
It was those blue chairs. Kevin sat on it one night. Kevin sat on it one night, and he freaking broke it.
I still have it. I told Dr. Taylor, no problem, I could fix it, and I brought it home, and I never fixed it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was that chair.
And I'm pretty sure he took the fall for it.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, because I think he's realized that she accepts
that he's this dude. He's that guy.
Oh goodness. Well, that's it for me. Do you have anything else you want to kind of throw in, or we can wrap it up?
No, it's fun.
Okay. How's it feel now that you've this is your first time?
I think it just, if we went back and watched it, we would see that I'm more relaxed.
You
now.
seem a lot more, because when you were first, I'm going to imitate you on camera. When you were first sitting up, it was like this. And no lie, when he walked in, I thought he was going to get murdered or something going down those stairs to the basement here, because you were nervous. I could tell you were nervous.
I had a lot of stuff in my hands. I didn't want to hit anything, you know?
I mean, that's kind of why I just was like, let's just jump into it, because really, it's very nerve-wracking. Even I was a little nervous when I hit the start button. I was like, oh shit, how do I do this? And it never gets easier, but you're obviously a lot calmer now. Yeah?
Yeah, I think I was worried about saying something stupid, but
that's the beauty of this.
That's the name of the fucking podcast.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Honestly, we're just going to say how it is and whatever. All right, so this has been the very first episode of Not Your Band Teachers podcast, and
unless it is
there's the catchphrase. All right, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you next time.